Hello and welcome to another TFHB Tier Mega special. Today we are thinking about the world of football games and EA FC25, and we are ranking the best icons in the game. There are over 100 icons to go through. Players that we've seen play ourselves, some that we haven't seen, and some that maybe, do they even deserve to be an icon? Who knows? Should we get started?
Let's do this. I'm looking forward to this when, both of us back in our teens played an awful lot of football video games.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore. EAFC now, I've not played the new version of it.
Nope.
But I remember when Icons launched, we were very excited about it. Bringing football history into the mainstream for all our friends. Let's have a look at some of the ones they've now got.
They jumped on the Football History Boy bandwagon.
Yeah.
Right, okay, starting with Michael Ballack.
Oh,
Great player, great centre midfielder, dynamic midfielder, powerhouse, box to box, some worldies. But where does he go? Was he in the C or the D? D?
I think C. I think he's actually, we got the tail end of him, but he was quality, wasn't he? He was so good.
He was, yeah, and he was one of those players. He lost all those finals in 2002.
Yeah.
He lost 4 in a row, but he made up for it later on.
Yeah.
Right, John Barnes next.
Ooh, that's an
Liverpool
interesting
legend.
one.
Watford and England legend.
Charlton as well, I think. I know towards the end of his career he sort of struggled to move, but he was still incredibly talented. I remember someone talking about watching him not leave the centre circle some games. But he was
Michael Ballack was like that as well, at times. Well, he was a bit of a winger, wasn't he, really? It's the goal scorers in Brazil, I think at the Maracanã, is probably down as one of England's greatest ever goals.
Yeah. But I think he's probably still in the C tier.
Yeah, he's a C.
Yeah.
Right, David Beckham, Golden
that's
Balls. Obviously, we grew up with him as one of the the superstar or the superstar of the game.
Yeah.
Not the best player in the game, but definitely the most famous player who was playing. Haircuts, free kicks, the whole Beckham brand, I suppose. But I think he's still probably a C, or is he up to a B?
This one is right on the cusp. I think
he's a bit underrated.
I think he's underrated, and I think because of the pin-up stuff, him being so great, him as well as being a good footballer, being a celebrity first and foremost, really. I think let's put him B for now, but the tail end of B.
Okay, and if you're wondering if we're ranking these in terms of how good they are on FIFA or FC, no, we're just ranking them how good they are as footballers. Right, Laurent Blanc,
interesting.
98 World Cup winner with France, famous, kissing the forehead of Barthez.
Yeah.
Sent off, I think, in the semi-final, maybe missed the final. Man United player as well. I don't think he's up there though. I think he might be the first D. He's a good player though.
A lot of people will remember him quite highly, probably, obviously, particularly the French. But let's put him in the D tier for now, compared to some of the ones that we know are coming.
Yes. Can I make it bigger?
What's Laurent in English? Lawrence? Is he Lawrence White? Is that his name?
Lawrence White.
Isn't it? Laurent Blanc.
Probably is, yeah. Okay, right, on to Solomon Campbell. Big Sol. Great centre-back. Scored big goals for England that got disallowed.
Yeah,
Bit
and
of a strange character now.
and Spurs fans hate him.
Yeah.
Hate his guts. We've talked about him before as one of the biggest ever free transfers.
Is he better than Blanc?
No, not for me.
So he's a D.
Yep.
Ashley Cole, though, I'd probably say he's the best left-back I saw play.
Yeah.
Because, we saw the tail end of Maldini, who was obviously class. Roberto Carlos, we did see him pretty good. I do think Cole, though, defensively, is still the best.
And his trophy cabinet sort of speaks for itself as well. Not the most liked player in the world, probably.
But he's a fantastic player.
Does he creep up into the A because of how good he was as a left?
He's not an A.
Because of a left back?
He's not an A. I don't think he's 2 categories better than Ballack and Barnes.
Put him B then.
Okay, we'll put him B.
Above Bex.
Okay, right. Hernan Crespo scored that chipped finish in the 2005 Champions League final against Liverpool. I never felt like he reached his full potential though.
No.
I always felt like he was a really good striker, but not a world class.
Yeah.
Or not world class for long. I think he goes to C?
Yeah.
Okay. Marcel Desailly, however, is a great player.
Yeah.
Influential for that Milan side in the early 90s and the Marseille side. And then obviously goes on to Chelsea later on as well. That France team in 98-2000. Is he B?
I think he's a B. Yeah, I think he is. I think again tail end probably the B, but I think he's misremembered. You know, we don't think of him as great as he was.
Okay, Michael Essien used to score worldies. You know, is he an icon? I guess he's an African football icon, isn't he? I don't know if he's
I think so. That could be
a world football icon.
For me, he's a D. Still a great player. Still a great player. Of course he was. But compared to some of the players that are in this list...
A lot of Chelsea players so far. I've had Cole, Desai, Ballack, Crespo, Essien.
I wonder if that's a markability thing.
Maybe. Rio Ferdinand, your favourite footballer? Not. Great player. He was a very good footballer. Outstanding centre-back. He was a ball-playing centre-back, which is obviously... You know, he's very good on the ball, which you didn't have much of back in those days. Went for massive sums of money. Won everything.
He's a bit of a man-child now as well, isn't he?
He's a bit of a man-child now.
Yeah, 45 years old, but he didn't act like that.
Yeah. I think he's got to go in the C though, isn't he? At least he is still a C.
I think
he's
better
top, than Campbell.
Yeah, I think he's top of the C so far. Yeah.
Okay. Gattuso.
Ooh.
Bit scary.
The cult of Gattuso, isn't it? Of him being
maybe good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he is the man in that way. Like
I think he's a D.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's overrated.
I think he's a brilliant character. One of football's great characters of certainly of our era. But yeah, he's a D.
Yeah. Georgi Hagi, Romanian player, obviously really famous in the 90s. He obviously had that wonderful tournament at the 94 World Cup. So was an absolute screamer. He got for Galatasaray, I think, later on as well. I think he goes into the C myself.
One of the best Romanians of all time. And that is what puts him into your consciousness, I suppose, isn't it? Would he be remembered as great figure as he is
I think
if he wasn't Romanian?
Probably not. That's a good point.
But even so,
let's put him in C.
Okay, tail end.
I like Hagi. Hernandez. I'm not even sure who this is. That's bad. I think he's Mexican. The Mexican striker. He's going to go in D.
Yeah.
Don't know who you are. Sorry, mate. Roy Keane. A bit of a Gattuso of the Premier League.
He is remembered so fondly by anyone who played with him. And again, character now.
Great captain.
Great captain. He's not remembered very fondly in terms of people liking him because he wound people up. But when you talk about some of the greatest Premier League players of all time, he's one.
He's up there, isn't he? Best midfielder.
He had a good go at managing, and he's okay. He wasn't brilliant. Right. He's okay at managing, and he's had a good go at being a pundit, and he's good at that. So as a trio, as a three-peat, he's quite up there with that. But
he's a C.
I think he's a C. Yeah,
he is. Miroslav Klose, the all-time record World Cup goal scorer. I think for that reason alone, he goes into a B.
Yeah, I think so. We've talked about him that you wouldn't remember him as one of the greatest strikers of all time.
No,
but he's a World Cup greatest ever goal scorer.
He'll always be remembered as I'm sure Mbappe will probably beat it, but he'll always.
He's in the conversation. Same with Jules Fontaine. Same with people like that you know of from trivia, from football history. I think maybe we're overrating his talent, but we're not for what he achieved in his career.
Yeah, he's not a B, but he's a B. Right, yeah. Patrick Kluivert. Another iconic 90s striker in the 2000s for the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Outstanding in the Ajax side that won the European Champions League in 95, and also then he went to Barcelona. He was amazing there.
Yeah.
When we were kids, he was one of the big names that you knew about, for striking.
I liked
Kluivert. And he went to Newcastle and kind of...
Son's decent as well. Possibly the good father-son combos. Not many good father-son combos, where the son is decent
too. There's not actually. Hagi.
Yes, Hagi. Yeah. Giannis. I think he's a good striker.
Didn't he make one of our drafts?
Yeah.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think he's a C.
I think he's a C.
Kluivert, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a C.
Right. Frank Lampard. All-time record goal scorer from midfield in the Premier League.
A sensational goal scorer. For a midfielder, he's a sensational goal scorer.
A very good player. Obviously, we'll probably later on we'll talk about Gerrard and Scholes in that classic debates. But I think did you want it all? Did it all?
I'd quite happily slide him into the B category.
Into the B?
I think so. I think he's an incredible footballer that perhaps I know you do appreciate him now, but you don't remember him as fondly because it was always Lampard-Gerrard versus each other. Mm-hmm. It was Chelsea-Liverpool rivalry. I suppose me from a neutral point of view, from Premier League fans from a neutral point of view, people talk about Lampard as one of the greatest Premier League midfielders ever.
Better than Ballack?
I think so. I think for his goal scoring prowess, that late into the box, that is Lampard, isn't it? Everything about him. 120 odd goals in the Premier League as a midfielder.
Well, 150 and then 70. Henrik Larsson, iconic striker for Celtic mainly.
They've got the long hair there.
Yeah, the dreadlocks. He was amazing. Growing up when we were kids, you always saw Celtic. Larsson scored 4 again. He used to bang him in.
And perhaps that undervalues him a little bit because Celtic and Rangers do that to people.
But he did it internationally. Yeah. He scored some absolutely great goals for Sweden in the that diving header against Bulgaria. But he also did it for Barcelona.
Yes.
He changed the game in 2006 Champions League final. He came on against Arsenal, changed the game, and came out got 2 assists. I think he's a C.
Yes.
I think he's a C.
Yeah.
But just below Clivert. Because he was at Celtic.
Yeah.
Makelele, so good. They
named
the whole position after the guy. So he got.
I think he's going to go into the B
team.
For the influence he had in the game. When we talk about him,
mid.
Incredible player, and to have something named after you in football, there's not many things that have got that, isn't there?
No, and he was class. As was this man, Pavel Nedved.
I liked him.
Yeah, Ballon d'Or winner 2003.
Juve.
I loved that Czech team.
Yeah.
2004.
Yeah.
I wish they'd won it. I think he's a B because he's won a Ballon d'Or. Is he the first Ballon d'Or winner in here?
I don't hate B. I don't disagree that. I think some will say we're overrating him.
But, I think John Barnes maybe should be higher.
There's elements of nostalgia about Nedved as well, isn't there? In terms of loving that Czech team as well. Looked like a cool guy as well. Yeah.
Let's put him there. Emmanuel Petit, the cool looking guy. Scorer in the World Cup final, 98. Arsenal and Chelsea. Good player. But I don't think he's up there as high as some of the other midfielders on this list. Where's he going?
Tail end of C?
Yeah, bottom of C.
Tail end of C. I think.
But another defensive mid.
Some will argue he should be higher, but
okay.
I like him.
Bobby Perez now, Robert Perez.
I love Perez.
Iconic Premier League player in the early 2000s, and invincible. One of the great French players in the Euro 2000. He got the assist in the final. He's a C, is he?
Yeah, he is. And again, Arsenal fans will talk about him as one of the greatest players forever for Arsenal. Him and Henry's combo.
He's a classic left midfielder.
Yeah.
He's not a left wing or a left forward. He's a left midfield.
Yeah. It doesn't exist now, really, is it? As a position
like David Beckham, right midfield.
Yeah.
Not loads of pace between them, but they were just technically outstanding. Okay, Frank Rijkaard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big Milan.
Yeah.
In the Arrigo Sacchi days.
Yeah. Decent manager on top of that as well.
Champions League winner, wasn't it? 2006 with Barca. He kind of started that off, didn't he, with them?
Yeah.
Surprised he hasn't done much since that.
No.
Manager.
I think so. The people who remembers 90s football.
Controversial character.
Yes.
Spitting and the like.
Yeah. They will talk about him because obviously that Milan side had some great Dutch players in it, and he was one of those. I think people will potentially even argue he should be an A. I'd put him B.
I think he's a B.
But he's a B. Argue A.
He's a B. Ian Rush, our first Welsh player on the list. Come on.
He didn't give me an autograph once.
Oh,
that's word association with Ian Rush. Not great.
Liverpool's all-time record goal scorer, 346 goals. Pretty good. Wales' all-time scorer until Bale came along.
With remarkably only 28 goals, which is staggering, really, isn't it? But yeah.
Well, Rush 28, yeah. No. I think he's a C or is he a D? I has to be a C, isn't he? Surely.
C. I think he's C. He paid a lot of money for him as well. Juventus, didn't they, back in the 80s?
Yeah, didn't work out. Juventus said he was living in the front country or something, didn't he? Right, Clarence Seedorf. Oh, this is our first A.
I think he's got to be.
You
look at the Champions Leagues.
3 Champions Leagues with 3 different clubs. That's incredible. Stupidly good record.
And no one's got a bad word to say about him, from as far as I'm aware. Nothing I've ever
good
seen.
pundit the other day. He was on the Liverpool game.
Yeah,
he was there, and everyone loves him. He was just standing there, and then Kaká come over here. So we got Kaká on the screen. Ibrahimovic.
Yeah. And he went to play like Botafogo and people like that right at the tail end of his career. He just loved football, didn't he? He wanted to keep playing.
Yeah, outstanding. Really good midfielder. Right, Torres. Fernando. For about 2 years, he was the best striker in the world.
Yes.
When strikers were a thing.
Is that enough of a claim to put him C?
He's a C because he won. He was in that Spanish side, wasn't he? He was the striker with Villa, year 2008.
Yeah.
World Cup 2010. He was top scorer in year 2012.
Yeah. But a very short-lived peak in some ways.
It's probably 4 years, wasn't it?
Is he better than Ian Rush?
I don't think so.
I think he's top of D.
Okay. Okay, right. David Trezeguet. He's a D.
Yeah, you're not a big Trezeguet fan, are you?
No. Winner in the Euro 2000 final. An amazing goal. That like half volley into the roof of the net. He'd missed his penalty in the World Cup final in 2006. That can happen.
It can happen.
He's Juventus, wasn't he? Juventus obviously had the...
He stayed with the Calciopoli, didn't he? I think I like that, and got him back up.
I don't think he was anything that special.
Okay, put him D then.
He's not better than Torres.
No.
Is he better than Hernandez? Right, Davor Suker, friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Davor Suker.
We met him last year.
Met him in a
last year.
Working club in...
Working Man's Club in Canton.
Which is a small part of Cardiff.
Yeah.
Not where you should be seeing Davor Suker.
No, but it was nice to see him there.
Great, yeah.
World Cup top scorer, 98. Scored a fantastic lob over Peter Schmeichel here in 96. I think he's a C.
Yeah.
He's a pretty iconic striker, isn't he?
Iconic because of him doing what he did with Croatia and unexpected, but was still a great goal scorer.
Perez to drop down. Oh, you want to keep him there?
He's cool. We'll see. We'll see if he
right,
gets
Robin van Persie.
See,
a lot of these players, I'm like, they're great, but are they icons of the game?
Icons of old FIFA games, I suppose, which is where sure. Because he was class on FIFA, and that's probably why he's there.
Okay.
Without considering his numbers and everything like that.
Van Persie is he better than Torres or not?
I think he did it longer than Torres. I think he's on a par with Torres.
On a par, right? Shove him down there then.
Yeah.
Right.
I just think for strikers to really impress me, they've got to be incredible.
Well, for anyone to impress us, we've only got one player in A so far. We've got no one in S.
Yeah.
Right, Juan Sebastian Veron, a player with massive potential. Huge signings, but never really lived up to it, so he goes into D.
Yeah.
Vidic, he goes along third now, surely.
Yeah, right next to him, where he partnered for many a year.
Kind of hand in hand, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, Patrick Vieira.
Well, we've got
alongside
Keane. He's going to go alongside Keane, yeah.
Yeah, he was great, wasn't he? Those two together, what an outstanding rivalry. Ian Right. Great pundit, great player in the 90s. He came into it quite late, didn't he?
Yes,
his career.
Very much a late blossom.
He was in his late 20s when he retired for Arsenal.
He's a bit of a Jamie Vardy type.
He's a bit
path,
like that,
isn't it? Yeah.
But his record was ridiculous for Arsenal. Obviously, then Henry comes in and becomes their best player ever, and kind of means Reich slips aside of it. But I think he's still a great player.
Yeah. He
did it for so long. Does he go into the C?
I think he's in the C. I think he does. He beats some of the other ones we've got so far.
Okay. Xabi Alonso. Ooh, an artist.
I think we're both going to overrate him here because we both love Xabi Alonso. And I still
cool
do.
Guy.
The coolest of guys. Was one of my favourite Premier League players of our growing up years.
Loved him for Liverpool.
Was quality, it was the sort of the hipstery thing, wasn't it? Gerrard was cool, but Xabi Alonso, he was the guy they're talking about.
If you really like football, you like Alonso.
Yeah, but you look. I mean, he wasn't as good as.
I still think he's a B.
Xavi and people like that. In that side, he was not starting for that Spain side.
No,
but he was still an incredibly important player in it.
Was he an A or a B?
B. I think he's B. I think A would be overrating him.
Okay, right. Zambrotta, one of the best right backs of us growing up.
Yes.
Used to we've been I don't know, science, and we were doing our dream teams.
Yeah.
Zambrotta would often be the right back.
Yeah.
Cafu, Zambrotta.
Yeah.
They were the two best at the time.
Yeah.
Gary Neville. And he was quintessential Italian player, wasn't he?
Yes.
And he was really good.
Yeah.
I think he goes into C though.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah.
World Cup win in 2006. He's a C, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not better than some of these players in the C. So
Okay.
shove him in there. Right, Zola. Gianfranco Zola.
They're killing us with these a bit, because there's a lot of very good players.
He was.
But I feel like
he wasn't in Chelsea's heyday, was he?
No, he wasn't. He was a great player, lovely guy, lovely
great
accent.
player in an average Chelsea side.
Yeah. Really popular figure because he's a lovable guy, really short, isn't he? And just a bit of an iconic character in that way again. But I don't think he's better than.
He's not better than Torres.
No.
Petr Cech.
Now
we're talking.
I
think he's one of the best goalkeepers ever.
I think he's one of the best goalkeepers ever. Premier League clean sheet record.
He's not as maybe as flashy as some of the other goalkeepers. No. He's not like the character of Neuer or Buffon or Casillas, but he was so good.
Didn't play out from the back in the same way that nowadays you'd be expected to.
And coming back from that injury as well.
Yeah.
To be still top level. I think he might be an A.
Iconic because of the skull cap. It was a bit of a rugby skull cap basically, wasn't it? But again, it added to his thing. That was Petr Cech. He's got the skull cap on. I think he's an A. I'm happy there. Yeah. He was brilliant for Chelsea, and he was brilliant for Arsenal, and that's pretty impressive. And then I think he plays hockey now. He's a goaltender.
I think he is. Yeah. Right, Michael Owen, Ballon d'Or in 2001. Now, I know you hate. He's a rubbish pundit. He's a bit of an odd man, but he's a very good player.
Really odd man.
He's a very, very good player.
Yeah, injuries curtailed him a little bit though, isn't it?
He
could have been far greater. I think he's a C. I'm fine with that. And he was so good, so young.
If he didn't go to the hamstring and get Leeds and it kind of wrecked everything.
And then, just weird choices career-wise. He would justify them, I'm sure, but like the decision to go to Newcastle, to Man United, had the opportunity to go back to Liverpool and sort of regain his legendary status there. He didn't do that, and he's a bit of an odd guy, but he was definitely a C.
Bastian Schweinsteiger. Oh, what a player he was. What a player. World Cup 2014, he was outstanding, wasn't he? Did it for a long time for that German team. He was always in it. Top C? Or does he sneak into B?
I think he's C. I think people will say that we didn't see the best of him in our shores because we saw him for United for a little bit, didn't we?
But we grew up watching him. And we watched him a lot for Germany.
And again, quite an iconic name, Pig Farmer. I think it means Schweinsteiger.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
But you don't forget those sort of names. Bastian Schweinsteiger, a great name to say, great name to hear on commentary. But you noticed him because of it as well, and he was quality. Yeah.
Well, it was when Germany were slipping away. Year 2004, they were awful. But he was a kid, and he was put into the squad, and he played a little bit. And he was like, he's actually quite good. And in 2006 World Cup, he was like one of the main men.
Yeah.
But I think he was a winger at first, and then he changed to centre midfield. Right, Steven Gerrard. S?
I think you put him alongside Lampard.
Yeah.
In that tricky midfield question.
Definitely higher, though.
Lampard, goal scorer. Gerrard was box to box. He was everything.
Gerrard was goal scorer, tackler, passer. Yeah. He had everything.
And he played football with his heart on his sleeve.
And he, in a sometimes a pretty average Liverpool team.
Yeah.
Lampard was always over the moon at West Ham. Lampard was always surrounded by world class, wasn't he?
Yeah. We're not getting into it.
Wasn't. That's another video. Fernando Hierro, goal scoring centre back.
Nice. Scored a lot of goals, didn't he?
He did. He goes into bottom of C.
I think he is C.
He was captain of India Madrid for a while as well. There he goes. Right. Ronald Koeman. This is a goal scoring defender.
Yeah.
I think he's got over 100 goals in his career. Some big goals too. I think he's a B.
I think he's a B. I think, again, if you know him from his managerial career in terrible runs in certain clubs.
Very boring manager.
Boring man.
He is such a rubbish manager.
Yeah, very stodgy Dutch not
total
football
Dutch.
Yeah. Stodgy Dutch. That's where he is for me, a B.
Right, I think this is another A now. Michael Laudrup.
Yeah.
A.
Denmark.
Danish Dynamite. He didn't win the Euros, did he, though, with Denmark, because he decided not to go.
Yeah.
But he did then go to the World Cups afterwards. He was iconic for both Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Which is impressive.
And I think he's still a hero for both.
Yeah.
Which is impressive.
Decent manager.
Did a good job at Swansea. When we were there.
Yeah.
The university, that is, not the football club.
Yeah. Yeah.
We weren't that good.
Back in those days.
But he's an A. He was class.
Yeah.
Iconic. Wayne Rooney.
You know what? I think he's name.
Go on, why?
I think to be Man United's greatest ever goal scorer for a club the size of Man United.
I'm putting Ian Rush in C. And Rooney Rush scored a lot more goals than Wayne Rooney.
I think Wayne Rooney, he broke through so young and he lived up to that potential. And I think that's what's incredible because so often players don't break through young. Michael Owen in some ways, break through young, score a lot of goals and then tail off. And Rooney didn't. Rooney kept playing and kept playing and kept playing and kept playing.
Let's put him there.
And I think again, if we're gonna go FIFA. He was quality on FIFA.
We're on FIFA for this, right? Yeah, you on the cover, wasn't
he was stupid.
Paul Scholes.
Next to behind Lampard in that trio.
He's in a B, is he? Yeah.
I think he's got to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the reason they're in a debate, it's not
behind. He's third. He's third in the trio.
Scholes that humble one. Scholes was like, I wasn't as good as those guys, but he's always in the debate, and people remember how good he was.
Yeah, Scholes is a third of the three. Isn't he? Shevchenko, him at his peak. Is he like Torres though? He had a short peak for about 3 or 4 years. He won a Ballon d'Or.
And then he moved to the Premier League, and again we get excited because you go flipping out. This guy's coming to join us. This is massive, £30 million.
Scared
for a 30-year-old, something like that. He's rubbish.
He's a C,
but he was quality.
He was good. But I think we put Torres down as D.
C. Oh, sorry, C. Yeah, no, I agree with you. C.
He has to go C, doesn't he?
Yeah, C.
Yeah. His peak
for
was too
how
short.
good he was at Milan. Yeah.
Van der Sar. He played for a long time at the top level.
Yeah.
Ajax, Juventus.
Is he as good as Petr Cech? It's a good side.
No, he's not as good as Petr Cech.
So I think he's a B.
I think he's a B. He's bottom of B. Right, Emiliano Butragueno, 80s player. We never saw him play.
No. You've read about him. You've heard about him. He's
Is he the Vulture? His nickname? Scored lots of goals, picking him off.
Yeah.
Iconic on that 80s team for Real Madrid. Real Madrid aren't really known for the 80s. They did win, I think, a couple of UEFA Cups in that spell. He was obviously instrumental in those. He's good for Spain at the World Cup in '86, I think. I think he's maybe a. I don't know enough about him. I'm gonna have to put him in behind Torres in a D.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. He's an icon. I'm surprised by that. But
right, Fabio Cannavaro. 2006 World Cup. He was 13 at the time.
Won the Ballon d'Or.
Won the Ballon d'Or off that World Cup. He was
impressive for a
so
centre back.
He wasn't very big. Quite a small centre back.
Yeah.
He's an A, is he?
Yeah.
Or is he a B?
I think he's A.
Okay, Cannavaro.
I think he's A. Was he the one who said, if I make a tackle, it's because I've done something wrong, sort of thing? He was very much like a.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a good defender, not by last ditch tackles, because he was doing the things that prevented the need for a last ditch tackle.
He was amazing. You watch highlights of him in the 2006 World Cup semi final against Germany.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Right, this guy Jairzinho. Is he A or is he S?
I think he's top of A for now.
Yes.
Yeah.
1970 World Cup.
Yeah.
He was Brazil's best player in that World Cup.
Yeah.
Scored some iconic goals. I think he scored in the final. Scored against England, didn't he, as well? Yeah, really good. Really good player. Right, Luis Figo. Another Ballon d'Or winner. He's a B, isn't he? Surely.
I think he's a B.
Yeah,
I think he's a B. He's involved very heavily in IFAB, so everyone who's got issues with IFAB and VAR, he is one of the main advisors to that panel, actually. Yeah.
Nice. I'll have to chat to him. Carlos Puyol. Another iconic defender. We're getting to the really good players now. He's a B, isn't he? Is he a B or is he a C?
I think he is probably a C.
Is he?
Top C. Top of C.
Yeah, with Rio and Vidic.
Yeah. That's right.
Franck Ribéry. He was good. He had that dynamic partnership with Iron Robin.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was all that.
I don't think he was. I don't think he was. He was fine. He was a good player, really good player.
I would never, if I was coming up against Bayern and I saw Robin, I'd be scared. I wouldn't be scared of Ribéry.
And Robin cutting inside, and you knew what he was going to do. He'd do it every time. Ribéry, he had very
he's a D.
Legal troubles and stuff. He didn't really get a French career out of it in that way as well. No. A very long French career. He's a D.
He's a D. Riquelme. the hipster's favourite. Everyone loves Juan Roman Riquelme.
Yeah.
I keep being told he's one of the greatest players of all time.
But I've not.
I never saw it myself.
Yeah.
Never saw it myself.
Yeah. Because we didn't watch a lot of Argentinian football. I understand.
Well, he played for Villarreal, didn't he? Got to the semi-final of the Champions League, and he missed his penalty, didn't he? He was at Barca for a couple of years, but he didn't really do it there.
I know South America.
I never saw him in the World Cup being that great.
D.
He's a D. Yeah, sorry, everyone's going to be livid about that one.
Yeah, and that's fine.
He's the hipster's favourite. But
he was good on.
He's
I
as
remember
good
he was
as
good on FIFA as well.
He's good as Varane.
Yeah.
Right, there's an article about him on the website.
It's not saying he's rubbish. He's an icon. Yeah.
Peter Schmeichel. Oh, is he up there? He's an A, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's one of the best keepers ever.
Next to Pedder.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Danish team.
Yes.
92. And then he goes to Man United, becomes their most iconic goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
And he was very good at that sort of star save.
Father-son combo.
Yeah. Yes,
good
true.
Father-son combo as well.
Martinez, that star save that Martinez is brilliant at.
Getting lobbed.
Yeah.
Right. Kelly Smith was the first female player.
Nice.
English, iconic player. Famous.
Absolutely iconic.
2007 World Cup she scores in his famous kissing the boot celebration, isn't it? And growing up, when we watched women's football, we were being for the first time, probably Euro 2005, they held it in England, and she was like the star of the show.
Yeah.
It was like everyone knew Kelly Smith.
Her name is Kelly Smith. It's a very standard British name, but when you heard Kelly Smith, you knew when you said her name there. So I know exactly what you're talking about there. She's iconic.
She's a B.
Yeah.
She was. I don't think she's the best women's striker of all time, but she's up there.
Before the explosion in growth in the game, she was quality. Yeah.
Eric Cantona.
I think for how iconic he was,
peak,
very short peak,
early retirement.
But I think it had the impact he had in that peak. Kung fu kicking.
See?
No, I think
B.
I think B.
Okay.
I think B.
Show him up
for the impact he had.
Right. Didier Drogba. Oh, he's a B.
Yeah.
He's a B.
I'm glad you said B. I think I'd have to argue into B.
No, he's a B.
Okay.
He's not. I don't like seeing things on Twitter where everyone goes on about what a great goal scorer he was, because he wasn't a good.
He was in finals. He had a good record in finals.
He had a good FA Cup. Wembley was amazing.
Yeah.
In finals, he was amazing. Yeah, and in maybe 1 or 2 seasons, he had like a really good goal return. But in general, his record was pretty poor for a star striker.
But he was also quality for that Mourinho. He was the mould of that Mourinho.
That's why he deserves to be a B, because he was. It wasn't. It was his hold-up play, wasn't it? His
everything about him was quality. Yeah.
He let the wingers do what they could do because he was doing his job.
And he was naughty. He was someone who liked a challenge and someone who liked
dive a lot as well.
Yeah. And that he goes crazy on camera. That one that that image that you see of him a lot, and he was.
It's a disgrace.
I loved him. In that, I hated him at the time, but now when you think back on him, you love him.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I agree. Yeah. Samuel Eto'o, he was good. He's a B, isn't he?
I think put him next to Drogba.
Yeah, above him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was amazing, iconic when we were growing up.
I mean, shifted out wide left for parts of his time.
He played left back, didn't he? At Mourinho.
Yeah.
When Mourinho was going full mass, Catenaccio in the Champions League run in 2010. I'm pretty sure Eto'o went back to left back in some games.
Versatile. Fair play.
Yeah. Philip Lahm, versatile.
Yes.
He's an A. Easy A. What a player.
Yeah.
Love Philip Lahm.
Yeah.
He wasn't great defensively at first, but he got better and better as he got on. 100%. And I don't think he got booked in some ridiculous amount of games or something.
Yeah.
It was like a few seasons I'd get a single book in.
And to be one of the best left backs of all time, or best right backs of all time, is incredible.
He was amazing, and captain of Germany, wasn't he, as well, for so long? So he's got to go up there.
Yeah.
Gary Lineker. Top 1986 World Cup.
B.
Top scorer. He's a B, isn't he?
Yeah. Lots of goals. Obviously, didn't really play in the Premier League, so we don't remember for that. But quality pre-Premier League.
It's just about 50 to go. So right, Socrates.
Oh, I should have won my Socrates top. 80s.
He's A.
Quality. Dr. Socrates, because he had a doctorate. Quality footballer.
Yeah.
Midfielder.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Him and Zico, wasn't it? Stoichkov. Or he's on the Hadji.
He's better than Hadji.
He's better than Hadji.
But I think he's in the Hadji category of, because he was Bulgarian, he's more memorable.
But he was top scorer at that World Cup, and he was in that Barcelona side, the dream team for Cruyff. He was like the star striker.
Okay.
I think he goes up as high C.
High C. Okay, fine. Yeah, I agree.
Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Also C.
He's a C. Yeah. King Kenny Dalglish. He's Liverpool's greatest player.
Yeah.
With Gerrard. I think he's a B, isn't he?
High B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Kaká. A.
Is he?
Or is he a B?
I'd love him to be.
Short peak.
One of my favourite players of all time. Lovely bloke. All round lovely bloke.
One of the nicest people in the world, apparently.
Yeah, and no one could, again, say a bad word about him. I'd love him to be A. I think he's a B.
Okay.
Because we want him to be an A because everyone likes him.
He's up there with Alonso, isn't he?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Bobby Moore. A.
Yes.
Got to be one of the best centre-backs of all time. Iconic captain of England.
Not just because he won the World Cup. Everyone, the rest of his career, he was class.
He was. Nesta. He was good, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was good.
He was in that AC Milan side as well, and the Italian side, 2006.
B.
He's a B, isn't he, Nesta? Yep. He's not quite Cannavaro,
but
he's not far off. Alan Shearer, 260 Premier League goals.
260 Premier League goals.
Still no one's come close to it.
He's a B.
He's a B.
For his goals. I mean,
he's better than Lineker.
You can't knock that many goals.
Lineker's got the goal record in the World Cup, but I think Shearer's probably better striker.
All round, just goal scorer.
Yeah. Hugo Sanchez, famous for the bicycle kick, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's what he used to do, wasn't it, for Real Madrid? He was in that team with Buchagueno, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Big, but also a massive icon for Mexico.
Yeah, step down, I think he's a C.
Yeah. Zanetti, never changed a haircut.
No.
Never changed his style. Was always just there.
Yes.
He's a great player. Just constant. But was he anything better than very good?
That's what I'm thinking.
This C?
Yeah. Bottom, lower C. He was a constant, but that's all he was. He was there. He was first name on team sheet sort of thing, but nothing more.
Right. Moving on to Camille Abili, another outstanding midfielder this time. That Lyon side, women's side was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They won so many Champions Leagues.
She would have played in the final in Cardiff, I'm guessing.
When we were there.
Yeah.
I think she played 180 games for France as well.
It's a lot of games.
The women's international records are stupidly good. She is a C. I don't think she's up there with some of the other French female players, but I think she goes up there. Right, Dennis Bergkamp. B. He's a B. Is he? What do you think he is?
I think he's brilliant. I think he's absolutely brilliant. His goals not as prominent because he's a bit more second striker-y, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So I wonder whether we drop him to high C behind some of the goal scorers. Or was he great at the role he played?
The Argentina goal.
Yep.
The Newcastle goal.
You were the one who's previously dismissed him.
For the same reason as Drogba.
Okay, put him near Drogba.
I think he's a B.
Fine.
He's a B. He's Dennis Bergkamp, isn't
it? I loved him.
Roberto Carlos. A.
Oh, I would know he's an S.
S could be our first S. Yeah, let's just put it up there. Come on there. Bobby Carlos. S.
Banana kick.
Oh, that goal.
Yeah.
Mad goal. Yeah, he's up there. Growing up, left back. We all want to. Lunchtime. You're all trying to recreate him just thumping the ball.
You were a left back. Modelled yourself on Carlos.
Yeah, some say he modelled his game on me. I don't know, but he was amazing, wasn't he? What a player, him and Cafu. Del Piero, top B.
B, yeah, I think he's B.
Iconic in that Italian side. Ruud Gullit. Now I know on FIFA, have played with him on FIFA, and he's ridiculously good.
Is he?
Because he's massive.
Hard to get the ball off.
Gets you everyone. I think he's a A.
Okay.
Yeah, in that Dutch side, in that 88, captain, wins him their first trophy. Then he's in the Milan side that wins everything. He's an A. Okay, Lothar Matthäus, is he an A as well?
Well, yeah. This is organised on ratings, isn't it? So in theory, we should be getting more now coming through.
He is an A. He had the World Cup record for a while.
When we talk about those drafts that we've done a lot of, check them out if you haven't. He's one that I always want on my side. Quality.
Yeah.
Quality midfielder.
Rivaldo. Short peak.
B.
Very good though. Ballon d'Or winner. B. He is a B. Yeah. Or here we go. Xavi. S. Or A.
For me, I think I'd quite happy having him.
He's an S, isn't he?
I loved him.
How good. He was so good.
Yeah.
He was amazing. That Spanish side, 2008, 2012. I mean, talk about a metronome of a player.
Yeah, I've seen people underrating that now. You're saying it is overrated and trying to pull it back a tier. It was incredible, and we can talk about they were the best side in the world at the time. About they still had to do it, and they did do it, and they did dominate, and Pep was central to that, and he was so key in that midfield. That midfield is what dominated games often, wasn't it? The three of them.
Yeah, no, he was ridiculous. Right, Roberto Baggio, S or A?
A, I think. A.
The divine ponytail.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, anyone who's a 90s football fan will argue he should be S, but we'll put him in A. Because we never saw him play.
No.
Or maybe right at the end to when he was like Brescia or something, but not at his best. Right, George Best.
I think.
George S or George A?
People will scream S.
Less S in them.
We got to think how tight we're being with this S, but I like him being in there. I think
he's an S, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's iconic.
Yeah.
What a player. Casillas, or he goes up alongside Cech and
comfortably.
I think he's up there though.
Cech and Schmeichel.
He was captain, wasn't he, in that Spanish side as well?
Yeah.
Eusebio, S.
Here we go. This is a boy that we both like a lot. In the 60s and 70s, what a player he was.
Well, yeah, 66 World Cup around the show, and then obviously for Benfica, of course, in the 60s, those 2 European Cups. Pirlo, A or B?
Another player whose top I've got.
He's B. Does he go? Or is he A? Does he go alongside?
High B.
Is he better than Kaká?
High B, yeah. Obviously slightly different roles, but that's a player.
I always thought he was really good, and then he kind of just in like 2012. The cult of Pirlo just formed.
Yeah, he's very much
he was really cool player. And he had a really good tournament. Yeah. Everyone was like, well, Pirlo was the greatest player ever.
Yeah.
Because he was good in that tournament. He didn't win the tournament.
The dink,
no
the
Pirlo,
Panenka.
no part. Yeah, the Panenka.
The Panenka. I've got a top with the Panenka on it.
Have you?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
The silhouette of the Panenka.
Raul. He's another one I never thought was incredible.
I'm with you on that.
I thought he was good.
Yeah.
I think he's probably up there as a top C.
Ooh.
Or B?
Because versus put him C.
He's a C.
Top of C. High C.
I still think he's any better than Ian Rush.
High C.
Yeah. Hamari Sawa, Japanese player, obviously scores the equaliser. No, she scores the bicycle. No, the back heel.
Okay.
In the final in 2011 to equalise, and right at the end against America. Corner comes in, she back heels it in. They win on pens. Renowned as one of the greatest women's players of all time. I think she goes into A for the women's game.
Yeah.
Comfortably. There she goes. Right. Zico. Oh, is he A alongside Socrates?
Yes.
I think he is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty iconic figure as well.
For sure.
God, got lots in this one. Baresi. A?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be now. We're getting to the high ratings.
Bobby Charlton.
Same again.
A. Cafu, S.
Yes.
If Carlos is up there.
Yeah.
Cafu goes
the other side.
Left and right. He was amazing.
Yeah. And again, seemed like a good bloke too. I think there's not a lot of bad things to be said about him.
Yeah. Carlos Alberto. B.
Yeah, he's rated for that finishing that lovely goal.
Finishing that goal. And he was captain, wasn't he?
Yeah. B.
He's a B. Right. Thierry Henry. Is he A or S? A.
I think he's A.
He's A, isn't he?
I think he's A, but it could be.
Yeah,
close.
he's up there alongside Baggio, isn't he?
What a player.
What a player.
What a man. Still, it's a good pundit now.
Yeah, he's pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah.
Gerd Muller. S. The Bomber.
The Bomber.
Yeah.
Lots of goals. A heck of a lot of goals in his career.
Yeah, what a player.
Yeah.
Outstanding in that 1970 World Cup, 74.
Yeah.
Really good. Brigitte Prince. Another stupidly good goal scorer.
Yeah, it's insane.
A record for junior was great. And I think 2 World Cups as well. I think 2003 and 2011.
A as well.
I think she's an A or she an S? A.
Go A.
Yeah, A. Van Basten. 3 Ballon d'Ors and then got a really bad injury and retired early. Yeah. If he carried on, he'd be S.
Yes.
I think he goes A.
Yes.
For all the Ballon d'Ors. Yeah, what a player he was. Cruyff.
Don't even need a conversation.
S.
Don't even need a conversation.
D? No. He is the top of the S.
Yeah.
Best player so far.
What ratings he got? 93. Well, I'll give him more.
That should be higher, shouldn't it? Yeah, rubbish. Right, Garincha.
Good player.
A?
A. Yeah, A. Bandy legs, wasn't he? But quality.
Only used his right leg, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was amazing. Right, Mia Hamm.
Ooh.
S.
She is the.
She's an S because she just changed the women's game.
Yeah, she's the silhouette of women's football as well, isn't she? On
The Women's League, wasn't it, in America?
Mm.
But she, growing up, I knew about Mia Hamm.
Yeah.
I didn't know about,
women's
for
football
our own
wasn't
naivety,
big.
ignorance, women's football wasn't that big when we were kids, but we knew who Mia Hamm was. Because if you got your Match magazine, she'd be in there still.
Quality.
Because the 99 World Cup, she was the face of that tournament, and obviously she delivered, and they won it.
Yeah.
I think she won the World Cup in 91 as well, when she was like really young. Yeah, amazing. Iconic player. That's why she's an icon. Right, Maldini, S.
Gotta be
up there. Best defenders of all time.
Very little thought there.
And Pele,
Of course.
D. Yeah, I mean he's the top of the top for this. I don't think Maradona's in the icon cards.
Is he not?
I don't think so.
Bit of a controversial figure, perhaps, for him.
But yeah, Pele is top, isn't he? He's the best of everyone on this list by a long way. 3 World Cups. Puskas. Oh, is our boy. Ferenc.
What are they giving him?
92. He's an S for us.
Yeah.
Straight in.
Yeah.
He's always an S. Okay. Ronaldinho. Short peak.
Short peak. Lovely guy. Played with a smile on his face. I wonder whether he's a little bit overrated at times.
He's an A though, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah. In terms of not the S.
Lev. S.
Let's stick him in A because I think
then.
he is legendary. Perhaps because there's not that many other goalkeepers you consider legendary back then.
Stick him alongside the other goalkeepers up there.
Yeah.
Zidane. S.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, growing up, Zidane, wasn't it? It was just one of the first
Zidane.
names. When they're like Zinedine Zidane, you've got to be good.
Yes.
Okay. Angra, goalkeeper for Germany. Another one, 2003, 2007, I think.
Yeah.
2 World Cups. I think she goes into...
Alongside the keepers in the A.
I think she's I think she's probably the best women's keeper ever. Buffon. Probably the best. Is he an S or is he an A?
I think alongside, he never won that Champions League.
He didn't.
Unlucky. I mean, obviously the fact that it's not his fault necessarily, but
okay.
he never got that.
We've got a nice little line of keepers there.
Yeah.
Who I do all think are
They're all there.
pretty
Yeah.
outstanding. Marionette Pichon. Great striker for France.
Yeah.
A lot of goals in a lot of games. I think does she go alongside Abby Lee?
Yeah, I think so.
I think she's a C, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Julie Foudy, another one of the iconic American players, turn of the century. She goes up there as a C, does she as well? I don't think she's... Well, maybe
Possibly into the B. I think it's
she's
B.
She's B. Gareth Bale, S.
I'm surprised how highly rated he is.
He's at, 88?
Oh, sorry. I thought it was on. I thought it was climbing.
No, 88, yeah.
Okay, I
He's
thought
he's a
climbing.
new card, so he's
Right.
been put on late.
Let's stick him in B. For Wales, the greatest player of all time, but for world football, he's only a B.
Miyama, Japanese player. Another one of the iconic players in that 2011 team. Tricky. I think she maybe goes up to the B as well.
B to yeah.
And then we got 3 more. Ronaldo. S. He's S. He's got to be in it. R9. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? He was amazing.
Curtailed by injury again, but was still amazing in what he did.
Right, Lotta Schelling, Swedish forward, outstanding again. Loads of caps for them, loads of tournaments and World Cups. Sweden has some good players, isn't they?
Yeah.
Hannah Lundberg, so she was really good.
Never got over the line necessarily.
No, I think they lost the final in 2003. I think she's a B.
Fine.
And Lillian Thuram, sneaking in at C.
Yes. Yeah.
Great, right back. There we go.
Wow, what a process
That's
that was.
a big day. I'm going to slowly scroll through the list so you can see everyone. A lot of playing, 115 or something then. Pretty good though. Well, enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Good little whistle-stop tour through football history.
Absolutely.
Pele, Cruyff, Zidane, Eusebio, Carlos, Cafu, Xavi, Best, Puskás, Maldini, Muller, Ham and Ronaldo.
Nice.
Fair enough. You let us know what you think. Who do you think is the best icon cards? Let us know not just who the best players are, but or maybe who the best in FIFA are, or EAFC, in case we ever play it.
Yeah.
So we'll know who to get. But there we go. Happy with that. Give it a go yourself. We'll put a link in the description below. And please like, comment and subscribe. And we'll see you again for the next one very soon.